Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for another video. It feels so good to be saying those words, man. I am back from Summoners Fest. I've been back for a little while now. I just kind of took yesterday off, and now it's time to get back on the grind. I got like 5+ videos just from Summoner Fest alone that I want to be making, like on top of the vlogs and everything as well. So a lot of content coming your guys' way. Drop a comment, let me know if you're excited for all the Summoner Fest stuff. This is what I got literally just for going, which is insane. We're gonna have a video on like all the rewards and loot and just a fat crystal opening. That one's gonna be a fun one. But in today's video, we first need to go off important information that was dropped on the stream, while I was playing in the tournament. It was very hard to keep track of, the tournament and everything going on. And it was also just, to be honest, a distraction, But it was a good distraction. I mean, I enjoyed hearing all the stuff, but like in the moment, I was more focused on the tournament. So now we can kind of talk about things, and I can give you guys my thoughts on all the stuff that had gotten announced. So let's go ahead and scroll through. We got an 8-hour stream here to get through. And so, one of the very first big things that they announced is this new mode called Coliseum, which is essentially a new aspect of Alliance Quest and intended to replace Alliance Quest. So like I think what Kabam wants to do is build up like a schedule for AQ over the course of a month. So let's say starts with Coliseum, then there's regular AQ, then raids, then another week of Coliseum. That'd be 4 weeks of something different. If it was like that, then there'd still be 1 week of regular AQ. I feel like this is ultimately the goal that Kabam is trying to build to. And like people were cheering for this there just because like no AQ. Nobody likes AQ. It's so monotonous and just repetitive. Like I've done the exact same AQ fights, dude, like over 1,000 times at this point. Like it's so annoying. Like I remember I was getting on my flight with my girlfriend, and she's like, and I was doing AQ, and she's like, "You have fun playing your game." I'm like, "Fun? Like, this part of the game is not fun. Like this is a chore. This is something that I have to do." So for that aspect, I'm somewhat looking forward to it just because it's not AQ. It's weird though, so I did actually give this a try while I was there at the Kabam HQ. I only tried it like one time, I will say, and it was all right. It's like their health bar, once you kill them, it goes back to full, and you just keep trying to kill them as many times as you can. Which at first I was like, this is stupid. I was like, what? This is kind of dumb. But the more I thought about it, and like one thing that I think Dave said or something, just like, it's fun when you build up a champion's damage loop, but then the opponent dies before you can really see that full damage loop pay off. And I was like, hold on a second here. One of my favorite champions in the entire game, Spot, I have that issue with him all the time. I build up my spots, I drop my fat special too, and they're dead within like the first 1 or 2 hits. Then I have all this extra damage that I don't get to see. So in a mode like this, that would work. So I think I could have a lot of fun with Spot potentially in this mode. If it's Spot friendly. And just those types of other champions, that you build up in that way. And yeah, I mean, again, it's not AQ, so it's cool, but it's definitely not anything that I'm like crazy looking forward to. What I am crazy looking forward to though is this Fortress Assault. Oh man. So this, man, is something completely different. Coliseum is essentially in that AQ, in that raids branch, and it's not to say raids are bad. Raids are actually pretty great. And so Coliseum, sure, it has some potential, but this is something completely different, man. This is Fortress Assault. So, like, I remember when I was invited to Kabam about a year ago for the Creator Summit, this was one of the things that they had kind of teased to us, when we went out there. And there wasn't I don't think there was a name for it at that point. It was just kind of a rough idea. And I'm pretty sure, like, every creator unanimously, because we weren't all together, we were all split up in, like, separate little groups. But I'm pretty sure, like, everyone unanimously said, whenever they saw this, just, yes, love it. It's just such an incredible idea. And this was like, that was over a year ago. So to see it again, like I've been on the lookout for this, like hoping to get more information on it. And I was actually genuinely hoping to see more of it during the Summoner Fest event, but they didn't really talk about it too much. Like they were sitting there talking about Coliseum way more than Fortress Assault. And I'm like, dude, like tell me about this Fortress Assault. And I talked to a lot of people at Kabam about this event. Not a lot, but a few. Especially the guy who's working on it, the guy who made Battlegrounds, who made a lot of aspects of the game. First of all, that dude just has a ton of passion. It's this guy right here in the middle, Kabam Zen, with the apron. He's cooking. And Fortress Assault, man, it sounds like a 5-star meal. I think there's so much potential with this mode. You know, the way they kind of described it was, you know, it's more of like, if you like Alliance War and Battlegrounds, and you want to create like a baby between the two, that's what this is. You know, I know what told me that those are my words, but that's kind of the vibe that I get. What they said was kind of more of a solo Alliance War. But I feel like there's aspects of Battlegrounds too, because you need to place defenders in your fortress to guard your fortress, and then you have to go on and attack other people's fortresses. So kind of like a Clash of Clans type deal as well, you know, where you build up your base, you attack other people's bases. I really like that. I really like that idea. And if there's customizability inside your fortress as well, that sounds like so much fun, and just almost like a limitless potential avenue for Kabam to go down. So it's going to be a competitive PvE mode. It is guaranteed launching next year, 2026. They didn't give a date, but they gave the year 2026. More details as time goes on. And they did also say this was going to be the last big Radiance contributor. So that's going to be what you're working for in this mode. I mean, it might have some sort of unique currency, but it's also like guaranteed rewards are going to be Radiance focused, which the Radiance store is awesome. So it's definitely not a bad thing, and that is the store that they seem to be, you know, most committed to keeping updated and relevant. So, yeah, out of everything announced, like, this is definitely top 2 for me. Like, I'm so excited for Fortress Assault, dude. I feel like it's going to be something really fun to live stream as well, and just make content on, you know, figuring out strategies, figuring out who's some of the best champs to put in your fortress, who's some of the best champs to attack other people's fortresses, metas with it, like customizability with it. Like, there's just so much potential. It gets me really, really excited about the future of the game, which I think we really needed, because before the event, the game was not in the best space. Maybe I'll make a full video talking about that, my thoughts on the game before and after the event, but I'll say right now, I'm personally feeling a lot better about the game and the future. And yeah, Fortress Assault, man, it's got me pretty excited. Alright, we're going to skip past this part. Okay, because here we get to something big. We have Kabam crashed on. This was probably this is probably number 1. Fortress Assault and this are probably number 1 and 2 things that I'm most excited about that was revealed. Because, dude, the Deathless chase was one of my absolutely favorite chases in the game, and Deathless Thanos is absolutely one of my favorite champs, and just one of my most powerful champions, straight up, point blank, period. Like, there's no arguing that Deathless Thanos is genuinely one of my strongest champs, one of the strongest champs in the entire game. That's why pretty much, I think, maybe everyone at the tournament picked Deathless Thanos in our Omega pools, because like, how you pass on Thanos, bro? He's the GOAT. He's the best 2A champion. And so we're getting another Deathless Saga chase, but now it's called Stellar Forged Champions. And dude, honestly, this sounds better than the Deathless chase for a couple of reasons. The only thing I'll say in defense of the Deathless chase is that we had Deathless Thanos as the ending chase of that, which I think is impossible to top, in my opinion, because Thanos is just that good, and it's like Thanos with his gauntlet, but they're close, you know. Doctor Doom. So Star-Lord is one of our starting champions. Doctor Doom is the final champion that we're going to get. There should be 3 champions in between Star-Lord and Doctor Doom that we collect. Then once you collect those 4, boom, you can go do a quest, whatever, get Stellar Forged Doctor Doom. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, like, Legacy, Doctor Doom is more hype than Thanos, and I just gotta disagree with that, because, you know, we never had a good Thanos in game. You know, it was always a bad Thanos. So to finally get a good Deathless Thanos was a very big deal, first of all. Second of all, like, we do already have that good Doctor Doom in game. Like, what if they screw up Doctor Doom as a Stellar Forge, and, like, I don't know. I'm a little worried, personally. I can't lie, because, like, Doctor Doom is so powerful. You're really telling me they're gonna make the Stellar Forged version even more powerful? I don't know. I just hard. It's oh, man. I'm a little worried, man. They might change some of his abilities. I don't know. I don't know. But what else they're doing is they're changing the classes. So also, like, just going to Summoner Fest, you get a backpack and you get one of these in them. One of the 6 classes. Actually, there were 7 of them. I got Cosmic. My girlfriend got Skill. And then Andy's girlfriend got the Superior class. But dude, she left her bag like in one of the bathrooms. And when she came back to get it, someone had swapped them out. Oh man, she got swindled. But yeah, Stellar Forge Doctor Doom will be a Cosmic Champion, not a Mystic. And that's the theme with this entire chase. All the champions are class swapped. So Star-Lord here is going to be a skill champion instead of a tech champion, which is really cool. I really like that. But like when they said Doctor Doom's class, you know, Mystic to Cosmic didn't make the most sense to me. I was hoping that Doctor Doom would just be superior class. That'd be so cool, man. That'd be oh my god, that would be so cool. Then maybe he could surpass Deathless Thanos, but just another Cosmic champ. I don't know. I'm sure they're gonna make him on the same caliber as Deathless Thanos because it's like the end of a chase, a year-long chase. So they better make Doctor Doom good. I don't think that's something I should be worried about. It's just I am a little bit. I'd be lying if I wasn't. I'm just giving you guys my genuine, honest feelings on all this stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited to see who the 3 other Stellar Forge champions are and what their classes end up being. If you guys have any guesses, drop in the comment section down below. Alright, I think we can move on now. I think that's pretty much it. The tournament is about to get started at this point. Here was the wheel. Dude, quick story about the wheel before we move on. So, there was a 7-star lizard on the wheel and 3 to 4 rank up gems on the wheel as well. I was so busy with the tournament the first day that by the time that was all done and I had the ability to spin the wheel, lizard was gone. They said they were going to bring 7-star lizard back the next day. They didn't. The next day, there was no lizard and no 3 to 4 gem by the time I finally started spinning. The 2 best like prizes on the wheel, which sucks a bit, man. I could have came up with a 7-star lizard. Alright, we're going to skip past the tournament stuffs. And we're going to... There's still some more stuff at the end that I want to talk about. We had some big reveals at the end of the day. So, up first, dude, I was on the edge of my seat, like, yo, who's it gonna be? Like, I was just, the moment I saw this, I'm like, oh, thinking back to my video, and I did ask, it was Mike that I had asked. This was the night we were partying, so I definitely was not sober at this point, but I vaguely remember, I think I asked Mike, like, yo, did you see my predictions video? Was I cooking with that? And he's like, yeah, you may have gotten something right, or something like that, so I might be onto something. But so the champion that we're going to find out on the Summoner Fest live stream, I did make a community post about some of this stuff just to kind of catch you guys up when I couldn't make a video on it. Dude, I was sitting there like just, oh, I wish I had my computer here right now. I want to make like 5 videos. Next time I definitely need to bring a computer. I had a laptop, but it ended up getting broken the last time I traveled with it. I don't know how. It's apparently water got into the keyboard or something, or it's no good now. But our trophy champion is Punisher, dude. They said like on the live stream, it's champion that like very very rare to have as a 7-star or even as a 6-star on people's accounts. Someone next to me was like Immortal Iron Fist, and immediately I was like, nah, that's Punisher, bro. That is Punisher because he's so rare. To get him as a 6-star, you have to play arena and just get really lucky. Even people that grind arena don't have him because it's just luck. So it's a new Punisher. They changed up his design a bit. Dude, honestly, I'm pretty hyped. I'm pretty hyped, dude. The moment I heard Punisher, like OG Punisher buff, just thinking my guy John Bernthal, his Punisher show. John Bernthal is such a perfect Punisher, dude. So, yeah, I'm hoping they cook super hard with Punisher, dude. I'm pretty excited about this, honestly. I'm very excited about this. I hope his kit is just amazing. I hope I can get him, too. But I hope he's amazing, and he's just, like, something that I want to chase in Banquet, you know? Because if it's just the regular Banquet stuff, I don't see myself going hard or even, like, that enthusiastic about it. But if there's cool stuff that I really want, like Punisher and a coolly buff Punisher, man, oh yeah, could definitely participate in the event. So Reworked Punisher, similar to Jessica Jones style, available in ranked rewards, small chance in Banquet crystals, full kit reveal on the December live stream. Ooh, baby. So yeah, guys, that's going to make just the Banquet crystal openings more exciting for the chance to pull a buffed Punisher, especially if he's good. If he's not good, then it's going to be whatever. But if he's actually like really good, like it's going to be hyped to hunt him. Alright, so we do have Imperiosa. She is going to be slated as the December champion. And yeah, I think it was already revealed that she was a Cosmic Champion. I got to play and see some gameplay of her a little bit. I'm not really sure. She seems like a kind of a crazy defender. I didn't really get to see much. Yeah, she seemed a little crazy on defense. I saw someone kind of get wrecked by her. And we have Champions of the Future. So yeah, I also made a community post about this. This was really interesting. So they told us the one champion from January, February, and March. And they later confirmed another January champion. So let's go ahead and get into all that goodness. So we got J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider Slay. When I first saw just the picture of this guy, I was like, who the hell is that? Like, huh? What is that? Is that like a MODOK Zola baby? Like, huh? Who is that? I was so confused. And then they put up the name, and I was like, oh, okay. So as attacker focused, get me pictures of Spider-Man. J. Jonah is at his best when you do what you're told. Don't be a coward. Enjoy a slow burn and be ready to be shocked. Designed by Kabam Windshear. So, not really sure what to say. This is so out of pocket. Like, I would never have been predicting this, but yeah, sounds kind of interesting. I don't know. I mean, I've always liked Jameson. I've never thought of him as a tech champion and like a robot, but yeah, I'm gonna keep an open mind. It really comes down to, is he a good attacker? He should definitely be like a Venom style champion where like you put him against any Spider-Verse tag champ and he cooks, you know. He should just go crazy against all the spiders. Spider-Woman, the new Paviter Spider-Man, like every single one of them. He should just hard target and just cook them. That's if he doesn't have that, I'm gonna be slightly disappointed, not gonna lie. But dude, the February champion, they're getting Sam Reich to be a guest voice. Dude, the February champion got me really, really hyped. Lending his voice on our upcoming motion comic. Keep your eyes and ears out for his iconic voice. So, dude, February champion, a science champion. This has got to be... Someone just asked me on one of my last live streams, like, Legacy, who's the #1 champ you want to add to the game? If you could add anyone. I was like, dude, Spider Carnage. Easy answer. I was ready. Spider-Man with the Carnage symbiote. That's what I've wanted in the game for so long. But then I was just like, oh yeah, as another option, you know, oh, Blue Marvel. I'd love to see Blue Marvel in game. We're getting him finally, dude. Blue Marvel has been in the Summoner's Choice vote before, and I've tried to vote for him. He never ended up winning. But finally, man, he's getting put into the game. And honestly, I could not be happier with who is going to be designing him. Let's talk a little bit about the potential abilities. So, immortal living antimatter reaction, unique indestructible mechanic. Oh, I'm already on board. Ramp up champion with persistent charges. Features overload and crush, designed by DLL. So, dude, I think DLL is gonna cook so hard with Blue Marvel. Like, Blue Marvel is a champion on the level of, like, you know, Sentry. Like that's how I tried. I'm like, to my girlfriend, like, trying to explain some of these to her, you know, while we're sitting there in the Command HQ together watching this, and I'm like, yo, you remember in Thunderbolts how crazy Sentry was? She's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, this dude's on his level. Like, that's the kind of champ we're talking about here. So to have like such a powerful character in the comics finally get added to the game, I just could not be happier that DLL hopefully going to do this champ justice, man. I hope we get a super, super powerful attacker on offense and a crazy defender. Honestly, I'm hoping he's just a crazy dual threat, because when champions are this powerful in the comics, I want to see them just go stupid levels in the game, dude. I'm really excited, you know, especially when it's a champion you've been wanting added to the game for a while. Like, you really hope that they land and turn out well, you know, because I've had the opposite happen champs I'm really excited about, and they just end up being like all right, but just no real place in the meta. And a lot of times when champs aren't meta, I just don't get to play them as much. And then we have the March reveal, which just completely, I would never have guessed this one. So it's a mutant named Pixie. I personally have never even heard of this character in Marvel. Completely a complete unknown variable for me. I would have never predicted this one. Like they sold us the class. Like mutant, who could it be? At like 10 guesses, nothing. No one was even close. So your typical mutant pixie dream girl, a happy-go-lucky mutant spellcaster, has a dagger made out of her soul-like magic, designed by Kabam Honeydew. This one is pretty exciting as well, though, because to give you a perspective, Honeydew recently made Carolina, who is a very spectacular champion. So, yeah. I would say the beginning of next year looks extremely bright, especially because we also did learn January. Here's a little bit more about Coliseum. So you face a single boss, multiple health bars. The more health bars that are clear, the more points you can earn. The goal is to earn as many points as possible to gain milestones. There's no quest board, just one gameplay style boss battle. Alright. I guess there's a whole bunch of Coliseum, your own ways to play, solo and alliance. Alright, here's what it looks like. Ba ba ba. I just want to talk about the next champion. Coliseum, podiums, and more. 3-day event in the place of AQ. Players use 5 champion slots called podiums. A podium is a spot to use a champion to fight the Coliseum boss. You will receive additional point modifiers based on active champion tags and your alliance's prestige. Clearing health bars gains XP to level up your podium, which multiplies your score even further. You can also level up your or an alliance member's podium by using podium upgrade tokens. Okay, that's a lot of information for a game mode that is not really out yet. Hard to make sense of it all until you actually play it, I would say. Is that it for Coliseum? Okay, so it's alliance versus solo. Time-based fights using a champion to build 5 podiums. No timer. Increase podium level to boost alliance-wide score. Push through health bars until knocked out. Alliance Prestige provides an additional point modifier. Prestige does not affect rewards or features. Alliance event features peak milestone rank rewards. Progress through a milestone reward system by accumulating points. Okay. What is this? It's almost here. When does it launch? Alliance Coliseum will be launching this December. There will be 2 Alliance Coliseums in December, so the 10th to 13th and the 29th to the 1st. Total Coliseum is set to launch in January. Okay, so all that's coming very soon. And then, oh yeah, then we get to the next big reveal. I totally forgot about this one. We got some really big stuff to talk about here still. And what could it be? What's coming? Is it 8 stars? Are we getting 8-star champions? No, we are not. We are getting such a long stream. Try to skip to the right spot. Okay, it's coming up right now. Rarity escalations. So, I don't think they showed it, but 7-star Ascension. That's what this is all about. And, you know, like right now in game, I mean, does it show Ascension? No, it doesn't show any. So I guess technically Ascension has not really even been confirmed for 7 stars yet at this point, because there's no Ascension like tab on here. It's just level up. And there is 6 ranks when there's typically only ever been 5 ranks. But we now have 7-star Ascension confirmed, but it's not going to work nearly the way that I'm sure a lot of us would have thought it would. And so why do they want to escalate the rarities in the first place? So, reset the meta. They want to first reset the meta. They also then want to create new rewards to chase. Refresh Crystal Excitement, which, you know, for me, is actually a big one, you know, as a YouTuber, because like Crystal Openings is where it's at on YouTube. You know, first of all, it's like an easy video to make as a creator, and it's enjoyable as a creator, and it's just fun to watch other people's Crystal Openings, you know, as a creator. But when the game starts to when you start to reach that end game, and there's really not anything you're looking for in the crystals. Crystal openings just become extremely boring and stale. You know, it's not what you want. So, like, even just in playing the game, like, I don't want to. I lose drive to play to earn rewards when, like, the rewards, I'm not even excited to open them. You know, the crystals need to be exciting. So, opportunity to play new champions and extend MCOC's lifespan. So, those are their goals with 7-star Ascension. So let's fast forward. Let's talk motivations. What they want to maintain with this next level, and that's honor past investments, increase champion power, new rewards to chase, more progression opportunities, and every champion matters. So there's going to be multiple ranks for 7-star Ascension. Which is cool. You know, I heard that, I was like, okay, awesome. You know, like, one Ascension was great for 6 stars, but yeah, if we can get a second or a third Ascension on 7 stars, all right, that'll make them last, you know, even longer than 6 stars. All right, I think this is a great idea. You know, that was my initial reaction, my initial thought process. But then they said something kind of crazy, which we'll get to. So this is something of what art. Okay, it said art to be determined. On what this stuff could look like. Greater Primordial Tier 2 Dust, Club Obsidian, Ascension Token, Cosmic Ascension Tokens. So right here, this is Ascension Rank 2 out of 11? Huh? 11? Why is there 11 ranks of Ascension? What? It just seems like a lot, like way too much, especially like before this has even come out. You're already announcing 11. Why? Why is there 11? This just seems like so much. So, man, I don't know. Like, everything else sounds good except for the amount of Ascension ranks. Like, why is there so freaking many of them? But something that does come to my mind immediately with all this is, like, what I think of is, like, prestige, like in Call of Duty. You know, back in the old COD days, you would reach max level, and then you would prestige, and then your level would be reset, and you'd have to get to max level again. But each time you did that, like, you earned something. So, like, what if for each Ascension rank, you're earning something? Or at, like, specific Ascension ranks, you unlock things, like customizability, like the whole, you know, first edition champion, that nice rainbowish glow, like some stuff like that for reaching higher and higher Ascension ranks. I think that there's a lot of potential with that. I would love to see something like that. That could be cool. But yeah, so with Ascension, though, each rank of Ascension, you're getting stats increase, challenger rating increase, and then you can unlock might and earn collective points as well, right? Collectives are a whole thing as well that we never talked about yet. Did I skip past that? I might have. All right, let's talk about might, because might is a whole new mechanic. Might and ISO burst. So you'll see at the top above the health bar, this is the might bar. So what this does, Ascended 7-star champions have access to ISO Burst, a new meter above the health bar that indicates your current might, which builds passively over time and increases damage. When your might meter is full, your champions will automatically enter ISO Burst for a period of time. Champions deal increased damage during ISO Burst. So this is a nice, like, just kind of automatic thing that you don't need to worry about and that will activate on its own. You just kind of need to keep an eye on it and kind of optimize your own gameplay loops around it, you know? Like, for example, again, if I'm using Spot, I'm going to try to build up and wait to do my big damage rotation once this activates, and then do it together for more health or for more attack, you know? So, I like this. There's already, you know, so much going on in the fight screen. Buttons, inputs to use, your relic, you know, there's so much going on under your health bar. I think that's the perfect place to put this, above the health bar, because it's completely unused space. And again, it's something that you don't need to worry about. It's just something that happens automatically. So I don't think it's going to be like too much of an overload in a fight. So I think this is, you know, a pretty cool mechanic. Let me know what you guys think about it. I like it. I like it. I don't really see any downsides to it, you know, which is good. It doesn't seem like the biggest of deal either, but, you know, it seems cool. Okay. So, high-level overview. We're currently planning 11 ranks of Ascension for 7 stars. Not all ranks will be immediately available at launch. Ascending a 7-star will require a champion-specific token, like a Lady Deathstrike Ascension token, class-specific Ascension tokens, like Tech Ascension tokens, and new tiers of Primordial Dust. New Ascension materials will be released in batches similar to 7 stars. All brand new champions will be ascendable. Primordial Dust will be responsible for globally capping Ascension ranks. And there will be new crystals that drop ascendable 7-star champions and their Ascension materials. Okay. It's a lot of information. And so this is how it'll kind of look in a crystal. You get the 7-star and you get the, call it a cluster drop. I like this. You don't have to open up multiple crystals. So here's how it all ties in together. So it honors past investments by your 7 stars are still the highest rarity, maintain Zig level, maintain limited edition cosmetics. Alright. Increases champion power, ascension stats, and challenger rating, plus might and ISO burst. How to new roars to chase, new champion ascension tokens, and new tiers of dust. And then more progression opportunities between level, rank, and ascension. There's more opportunities to progress. And then every champion matters. But wait, there's more. 7-star ascension, not the only thing coming. And this is collectives. So champions with a shared attribute. This is really weird. But it sounds cool. And it's kind of like an extra thing that we'll already have made progress towards once these launch. So ranks, rewards, gameplay requirements, point requirements, and then there's collective captains. Yeah, this was, I don't think I was around for this part of the stream, or maybe I wasn't paying attention, but yeah, this is the part that biggest unknown for me. So here's reward breakdowns. Oh wow, so it applies to entire collective. When you rank up your collective, you can get stats increase, health increase. That's cool. Poison efficacy raised by 10% for science champions. Seems really neat. So, high-level overview. Each collective rank provides bonuses, power for all champions in the collective, and also other useful resources bonuses. Each rank of collective has a point requirement and may have gameplay requirements. Points come from rank, sig, ascension level of each captain, highest rarity champion. Gameplay requirements include quests, objectives, events, challenges, and more. More collectives will be carefully added in the future. Collecting champions takes time, and we want to be deliberate with permanent additions to the game. Collectives can do more than we've shown here today. Stay tuned as we approach a launch date. So yeah, collectives sound interesting. Very curious to see how it all shakes out. Definitely, like I said, probably one of the biggest unknown variables for me. But, it sounds interesting. Okay, I think that's it. Oh yeah, I guess I want to see how collectives ties into all this. So, it honors past investments by collective points come from past champion investments. Collectives empower future champions too. Collectives provide power to champions, so it increases champion power. New rewards to chase, collective activity requirements, and then captains empower collectives, and more progression opportunities. Every rank, level, sig, and ascension for any captain progresses your collectives. And was there one for every champion matters? Every captain feeds into collectives. So yeah, I think, yeah, that's it. But wait, there is more, and that is... I wonder if I could see me. I think I was sitting on the other side at this point. Hey, there's MSD. But yeah, man, we also got announced that January will be Doctor Strange rework. So not only are we getting a new Doctor Strange or something, the current Doctor Strange in-game will be reworked. Think of it like Iron Man Cyclops style. So it's going to be a completely new model and animations, brand new kit, and treated as a brand new champion release. And that's, dude, that's dropping in, like, less than 2 months. Like, we're already almost halfway through November at this point, which is insane. Dude, the year is almost over. This is January? Like, January feels so far away, but, man, it's coming soon. So, yeah, this ends up being a 30-minute video, dude. There's just so much revealed in this live stream. Again, I would say my favorite aspect has gotta be Fortress Assault. Let's go back to that. If I can find it here. Go somewhere around here. Yeah. Drop me a comment, guys. What are you most excited for when it comes to the future of the game? How are you feeling about things after Summer Fest, after the live stream, everything that went down? What videos do you want to see from me? You want to see all? You want to see the vlogs? Do you want to see all the rewards that I got? Do you want to see a video breaking down what it was like to be in the tournament, my experience with all that? Let me know any video ideas that you guys have. I just first wanted to knock this out and catch up on all the information because it's a lot of exciting stuff about the future of the game. Just give you guys my thoughts on how I'm feeling about things. So yeah, drop a comment. Let me know what you're most excited about. For me, it's got to be Fortress Assault and then the Stellar 4 Champions for sure, man. I'm excited to get my my Cosmic Doctor Doom. I'm hyped for that. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it for this video. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Please consider subscribing to the channel to see more content. Let's wrap it up. Peace.